Hey, how's it going? Yes, it's Mr. Productivity coming back at you once again. You know, today I was sitting down on this Turn It Around Thursday and begin to think, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to allow an audience to listen to the powerful conversations that I have with some of my productive circles? So today I want you to be a fly on the wall on a wonderful and awesome conversation that I'm getting ready to have with Dr. Will Moreland and Mr. Marquez Hughley. You will not believe some of the powerful stuff that comes up in our conversations. So I'm getting ready to click over now and let you all join in on the conversation. Hey, Dr. Will. Hey, Marquez. How's it going today?
Everything is well, sir. Glad to be on this particular call. I know some powerful things are going to be shared. I'm just glad to be a part and to bring some insight to this conversation.
Man, I'm excited as always, man. This is iron sharpening iron. Every time we get together, good things happen. So I know it's a great thing that's going to happen today by the time we finish this call.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know, hey, guys, man, I just was really sitting back, you know, pondering over the day's events and looking at all that has been happening in this wonderful month. You know, as I look over the year, you know, it has been awesome. You know, many people are concentrating on the challenges that they're being faced with. But, you know, I must say, look at all the victories. Look at all the triumphant things that we've been able to accomplish. And it's just a pleasure, really, to have both of you as part of the productive circle in my life. And I just want to thank you guys for that. Let's jump straight into it, man. Talk to me about this topic here, man. When we begin to talk about living from your passion, you know, what do you guys think about that? You know, you hear it in the news, you hear it in certain circles. What do you think, Dr. Will, when you talk about living in your passion? What's your take, man?
You know, when you really talk about living from your passion, I think living from your passion really helps you avoid all the distractions. I see so many people that are distracted today by really nonsense and things that are not going to move them to their place of destiny. And so when I think about living from my passion, I really don't have time to be involved in, you know, per se, who's marrying who shot who, what's going on in the day-to-day activities of people who really are not involved in my life. And so anyone who really wants to achieve at a highest level is really going to have to avoid distractions in their life. And one of the best ways to do that is really living from your passion. And so when you live from your passion, it really will help you to avoid all the distractions.
Wow, yeah, I like that one, Doc. What about you, Marquez, man? What say you? What's your thought process when you hear someone say, I'm living from my passion?
Absolutely. When I hear someone saying they want to live, they need to live from their passion. What I get from this, I get a sense of gravity. I get a sense of just rootedness. You know, I believe that until you can actually connect to passion, I believe you really can't be truly fruitful in life. I think that there's one of the devastating things and the unfortunate things is for you to experience a measured success, but in the wrong area, because it can be celebrated when you actually produce some things that may seem like what you're supposed to do, you know, but that may not be your max potential because that's not what you're really, your passion in terms of your purpose and why you're on the earth. And if you can't connect to the true passion, then you can never produce the type of fruit that's supposed to come from you. So that's the mistake in it, because what can seem like my very best may not be my very best. You know, if I'm not even performing in the area that I'm supposed to be in, what does my best look like? I may not ever seen the best I could actually perform if I'm not connected to my passion. So when I connect to my passion, I believe it's a sense of rootedness, gravity, sobriety of bearing, and it gives me the ability to have exponential results in my life. So that's what I get from connecting to passion.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you guys know, man, this is just definitely one of my key areas. When you talk about passion, passion is the fuel that drives you to productivity. Passion is what allows you to showcase your potential. You know, passion is what allows people to see what you really care about. And many times out there, if you're not living from your passion, then you're literally not living. You know, you guys always hear me say, if you're not living to produce, then you're literally not living at all. And the purpose behind that is you were created to do something. Every one of us are an agent of change in the earth for a specific purpose, a specific time, and a specific season. And what I grab from that word passion and living from your passion, it's got to be that thing that wakes you up in the morning. I can't stand, when people go to school 10 years, 8 years for a degree that they won't use. To me, that was a waste of time. I love education, don't get me wrong, but you got to operate in the sweet spot, which is your passion. Passion is what allows you to do something effortlessly and sweatless. People talk about having victories, but the type of victory, gentlemen, that I see that I want for my kids and my family and my friends and my circle of influence. And, I want it to be passion-based, because when you do something for passion, you're not looking for a handout. You're definitely not looking for a hand up, and you're always looking to pay it forward. So that's why I love talking about passion, love talking about potential and productivity. But yeah, I really like that one, gentlemen. I mean, especially how you hit it, Marquez. I know you talk about gravity. That's one of the things that you really like breaking down. Would you want to share a little bit about that? What do you mean when you say gravity?
Yes, this is one of the things that's been really kind of slow cooking in me for over the last, I would say, 3-4 months. What I'm seeing in our society is, today, is a lack of gravity, and what I mean by that is it's a lack of importance, significance, the sobriety bearing you should have in whatever your area is. And I think a lot of it comes from what we were saying about not being in your passion. Because if you're not really in your passion, you really don't understand that it doesn't matter that much to you. You don't care that much. I believe that, the gravity in the sense is when you actually care. You care about the standards. You care about when people are breaking the standard or falling below the standard. You care about the whole process. A lot of people, they want the results in life, but they don't really want the process. But if you really have gravity and you're really connected to passion, then you will embrace the process. Why? Because you understand that this is all a part of what I'm trying to do. So if someone say, it's important for me to go to school for a particular area. Why? Because they want to make sure that these classes are going to better prepare them to perform in that field. So I need to take the classes. It's important for me not to cheat. I mean, all of those things, basically gives you gravity, a gravity in connection, a gravity in conviction, a gravity in confidence, a gravity in discourse. All those things where I'm now connected. I can actually walk out my purpose because I'm connected to it. I care about it. I care about whether someone's actually cheating. It's just like you think about now, in Atlanta, there's been a problem with cheating in the public schools. And the teachers were assisting. And to me, what that means to me, that if the principals and the teachers are assisting the students in cheating, you don't have any gravity. You don't understand the importance that these students need to be able to learn these particular areas so they can perform on the next level. You're cheating them for their future by allowing them to cheat, by assisting them in cheating. So for me, I'm just now perceiving the world, and all I see is a lack of gravity in the pulpit, lack of gravity in the classroom, a lack of gravity in the students. I'm like, what's going on? Because people are not connected to their passion. They don't care. It really doesn't matter. But I guarantee you, when you get connected to your passion, you will care more. You will care about the system, you will care about the process, and you will also care about the results. And all of those things you will embrace because of your gravity.
Wow. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. I really, really like that right there. We definitely got to explore that a little bit more, man, on probably one of our other talks. But that brings me to this, man. Dr. Will, I know you've been knocking it out the box, man, with this genius potential, talk, man, and really letting people know what life is really about, their opportunities that are available to them, and the benefits that they have for being an everyday genius, man. So talk to us a little bit about that genius potential piece.
You know, Doc, when you talk about genius potential, you know, there are levels that we're going to live on in our lifetime. And sad to say, many people don't leave the level that I call survival. Survival is just, you know, we come up with terminology like, I'm just making ends meet, I'm just getting by, but that's not the best for you. Survival is not the best for you. The next level after survival is success. And when we talk about success, success starts really with you understanding your genius potential. Your genius potential is what I call that natural ability, that special gift on the inside of you, that talent on the inside of you. For some of you, it's singing. For some of you, it's an athletic ability. Mine is teaching. Whatever your genius potential is, that is what's going to move you from level to level. But notice, if you don't know your genius potential, you cannot climb the ladder that allows you to move from survival to success to significance. And what it is a simple word called service. When you begin to serve mankind, that's when you begin to climb the ladder of what we call success. It's in service where you go from level to level. You serve at a level where it brings you to success, and then you understand that you continue to serve, and that service brings you to significance. But you can never get out of survival until you learn how to serve, and you can't learn how to serve until you identify your genius potential, because it brings you back to what you talked about, that passion. It goes back to what Marquez talked about, having a sense of gravity. You know, when you know your genius potential, it will ground you. It will give you a foundation. Someone was just asking me the other day, they said, you've accomplished so much by the age of 36. How was that possible? Well, around 22, I realized what my genius potential was. It enabled me to be grounded. It enabled me to be focused. And when we talk about focus, it's like talking about that laser beam. When you look at a laser beam, it has the strength and the power to cut through certain things. And that's what living from your genius potential will allow you to do. It will allow you to cut through the difficulties in life. It will allow you to cut through poverty. It will allow you to cut through the distractions. It will allow you to cut through the setbacks when you understand what your genius potential is. And so I've been having a wonderful time just sharing the message with just about anyone that will listen. And Doc, you know, we've been looking at you for the last 18 months, and we know that, you know, one of your genius potentials is talking about this area of productivity. And I was just honored a week or so ago to see you get another degree from the University of Phoenix. And just to see you take an 18-month journey, they don't call you Mr. Productivity for nothing. So tell us a little bit about your journey and how being productive over the last 18 months, what it has produced in your life.
Wow. You know, it is amazing as you get an opportunity to listen to someone else, you know, encapsulate your journey, because I really haven't taken the time to sit down and look at the last 18 months per se. I know that for many it takes, you know, 4 years to get a degree. And as I sit back and think about it, wow, yes, when you're fixed, when you're focused, and you're dedicated to the cause, it allows you to be productive. And again, from what we began this conversation off of, when you have a passion to complete a mission, when you have a passion to help others, when you have a passion to be productive,